Good day, Cornerstone Church. My name is Jim Hanna, and I've been asked to bring the spiritual vitamin for today. So let's begin by going over to Genesis chapter 1 and verse 1, where it reads, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." When we read this verse and we think about the heavens above us, they probably look pretty much the same way they did when this verse was written back, thousands and thousands of years ago. But, since then we've learned a whole lot more about what the heavens mean, in that fact that we live on Earth, and Earth is part of a solar system, and that solar system is just one of 100 billion solar systems in what we refer to as the Milky Way galaxy, and that the Milky Way galaxy is just one of 200 billion galaxies in the universe. And talking about the universe, we only can see with our best telescopes and everything else, we can only see 5% of what the universe contains. So when we think about and look at the heavens that God created, we know it is vast. It is far more than what our early ancestors ever thought it would be. In fact, though, they still referred to how great God was in creating it. Over in Isaiah chapter 40, it says that God uses his hand to measure the heavens. In other words, in their language, they're saying, the heavens can, be held by God, and it's held. And maybe that's where we get the song, he has the whole world in his hands. But anyway, that's figurative language, but it's really meant to show us and tell us that, that God is mighty, that God is awesome, and for some of us, and that may intimidate us and just think, make us feel very insignificant in God's plan. But over in Ephesians chapter 1 and verses 4 through 6, it reads, "For he chose us in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight. In love, he predestined us to be adopted as sons through Christ Jesus, in accordance with his pleasure and his good will, to the praise of his glorious grace, which he has freely given us in the ones he loved." So he's saying there that even before the creation of the world, what it means in this particular case, what was the known world, whatever that consisted of, the heavens, everything, that God created us and chose us before the creation of everything. So we were on God's heart way before the creation of the earth, probably, because he said, he chose us before the creation of the world at that time. So that means that God had a plan for us from the very beginning. And, as someone else has said, in spite of knowing what was going to happen, God still created us because he loved us. We were already on his heart from the beginning of time in its entirety. So hopefully we can think about that. And if we do forget about that at some point in our lives, then I hope when we do look at the heavens that we understand that God had us on his heart even before he created the heavens and stars above us. As great as those things are, and as far as we don't understand and how vast they are, but God still loves us even more. So hopefully that will help you and to make you feel like you are not insignificant. And also over in Luke it says that God even knows the very hairs on our head he has counted. So God's a very personal God. He's awesome in his wonders, but he's also very personal, and he loves us as his adopted children, which he's made a way for us through his son Jesus Christ. So again, hopefully this has helped you, and may God bless you, and you have a wonderful day.